episode 2701 of the number one podcast and Apple Podcast for Job Search. You're listening to or watching No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. Yesterday's show, episode 2700, it was the first Job Search podcast to reach that rarefied air. And I brought back a show I did 2 years ago with Cheryl Grace about winning interviews. And if you haven't listened to it or watched it, it's worth doing. If you can watch it on Spotify, Cheryl injected a couple of things in as a visual card to emphasize certain points I made that could make it a little bit more beneficial for you. So I want to encourage you to listen to it or watch it. Makes no difference. You'll get a lot out of it. And today's show is about turning down an offer and getting more money out of the experience. Hope you find this helpful. Please share it on LinkedIn or elsewhere. It does help other people. And Lord knows there are so many people who need help these days. Open to work, that hashtag open to work. Man, I see so many in my feed. I feel badly for people. So please do share it on LinkedIn in particular. It will help others. And we'll be back in just one moment. A funny thing happened with one of my coaching clients who received a lower offer than what she was willing to accept and then wanted to turn it down. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. People hire me for no BS coaching and career advice globally because I make job search so much easier for people. Now, they had two offers. Their preferred one came in too low, and thus they were ready to accept the second one that came in for more money, still interesting work, and it just came in second in her thinking. So she was on Zoom talking to the first firm and said very clearly, I need X amount of money in order to accept your offer. Otherwise, I have another one that I'm prepared to say yes to. I'm not trying to be a bully. I'm not trying to push you, but I've got two good offers. And although I prefer your job, I'm not independently wealthy. I need something that fits my financial needs as well. And they hemmed and hawed and said, we can't do it. And she very calmly said, I'm sorry that you've made that decision. I really would have preferred coming to work for you. So I'm going to turn down your offer. And they paused and said, don't do that. And that's what sometimes happens with people once they turn down the offer. Suddenly a hiring manager gets desperate because they don't want to take their second person. And if they don't have them, they don't want to go and find someone else to hire because that's more time and more effort that takes them away from their work. Never hesitate to turn down a bad offer, particularly if you have another one that's pretty good but not perfect, because you're not independently wealthy. You do need a certain compensation, especially during tough times. Firms think they have everyone over the barrel and negotiate that way with take it or leave it offers. And you need to be prepared to leave it so that they suddenly get anxious that they are going to have to interview a lot more people before they find someone as good as you. So a funny thing happened on the way to turning down an offer for her. She's now going to be starting in 2 weeks as of this recording, and that can happen to you as well. I'm Jeff Altman. I hope you found this helpful. Visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. There's a ton in the blog that can help you with salary negotiation and all the elements of a job search, hiring more effectively, managing and leading better, and much, much more. And while you're there, if you've got questions for me about a personal situation, or I should say a professional situation for you, you can schedule time for what I call trusted advisor services, where I'll answer your question. Or if you're early in your job search, you can hire me to coach you through the process so I can help you land more quickly, because people hire me for no BS coaching and career advice globally because I make things easier for people. Lastly, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Have a terrific day.